Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and I was going to upload a Seed Sunday video today, but I just wasn't happy enough with the seed. I decided to keep Seed Sunday for only the best and the most interesting seeds. So instead, what I have is a Total Update 19 question and answer video, answering your questions about the next big feature update for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation. All the editions, basically. And if you want to leave any comments for next week's one, or the week after maybe, leave them in the comments down below. I pick around 10, and then I answer them. That's how we do this. But without further ado, let's get straight into the first question, which comes in from Dat Pie, who asks, do you think you'll be able to get off your world on Xbox/PlayStation while other players are still on the world? Basically asking, leave your world, turn off your console, but still have the world persist so other players can play on it. This is usually if you have lots of friends and you want to play on one person's world and stuff like that. And I've been in that situation before, and you can't do it right now without them leaving on their Xbox, and not everyone can do that. So what is actually going to fix this is they're adding servers, or they're adding realms to the next-gen consoles, and maybe the current-gen consoles, current-gen and maybe last-gen consoles. They're going to be adding that in the next update, so that's going to be cool. You'll be able to do that, but you will have to pay. I think it might be like $5 a month or like $30 a year to have access to that, but it'll mean that you can have up to 8 or 16 people, I'm not sure how many, on your server, and they'll just be able to play while you're not there, and it's pretty cool in that regard, because then you can get like massive stuff done, because all 8 of you are working whenever you can, and it's a really cool way to have a world that lots you can play on. It means you can do stuff like factions on Xbox if you really want to, because it can be a constant faction server, and I'm looking forward to seeing stuff that could be done with it. The limitation is that you can get 8 or 16 people, unlike on PC, but it still gives a lot of options there, and I like that a lot. So the second question comes in from Ronald Arcury, who asks, #QnA, Toycat, do you think that World Edit will ever come to console in any form to make creative building easier? So I think that honestly, so if you don't know, there's MC Edit on PC, which allows you to do like kind of custom filters. So if you really wanted to, you could have something that's 2 billion blocks wide and make it kind of look like it normally does. Stuff like that you can do with PC because it's lots of crazy editing tools. I don't think that will ever come to console because, first of all, MC Edit on PC, the program people use to do crazy stuff, isn't actually made by the Mojang developers. I don't think if it hadn't come out, I don't think they would have ever made it themselves, because it kind of defeats a little bit of the point of Minecraft. It's not building it yourself, it's using a remote program to do it. A lot of people have lots of issues with it, so I don't think they'd spend that much time on Xbox developing something that's, one, not developed by Mojang on PC, and that, two, lots of people oppose, because they could just work on features that everyone likes. That's so yeah, I wouldn't imagine we're ever going to see MC Edit or something like that on consoles. I'm sorry if you're looking forward to it. Next question comes in from Gamer64 Skating Kid, who asks, do you think that they will add it to put armor on without opening your inventory? So the answer to this is yes. I believe 1.5, potentially 1.6 or 1.4, added this feature where instead of having to go to your inventory, clicking on the thing, putting it on like that, what you can actually do instead is, while it's in your hotbar down at the bottom, so you can just go over to it, if you press the left trigger on console, you'll be able to just put it straight on, which is really, really handy for minigames like Hunger Games, because instead of having to, be vulnerable for a second, you just left trigger it, it's on, it's magic. So, yeah, that will be coming to Xbox, at least there's no reason why it shouldn't be, and it makes things a lot easier, and honestly, I try to do it every now and then, I'm like, oh, you can't do that on console, sad face. So yeah, it'll be a nice improvement to the game. The next question comes in from Lucky Charms Gaming. I don't know why I got that so bad. Who asks, is the next update going to be the last one because Xbox 360 and PS3 can't handle any more features? So the answer to this one is no. The next update is definitely not going to be the last one, because if you're wondering, basically in an interview, some guys from Mojang said that at some point the PS3 and the Xbox 360 will have to stop getting updates because, they're just they're last gen and they're slowly getting outdated, and they'll just be so hard to get updates on them that they might have to stop. The next update definitely won't be the last one though, because they said it like it was this far future thing. So I think 2 to 3 years is a good guess, but definitely not just after the next update. There's definitely at least 2 or 3 more updates coming to last gen consoles, so don't worry. That's where the bulk of the sales are right now. There's no point abandoning the bulk of your sales. It just doesn't make sense from anyone's perspective. So yeah, if you're playing on Xbox 60 or PS3, fear not, more updates are still going to be a thing. So next question comes in from OMG3DB, who asks #QnA. By the way, you don't actually have to say #QnA, you can just ask the question, but if you want to, that's fine too. And he says, #QnA, will there be stained clay? Yes, like I said. So stained clay, if you don't know, I did a tutorial on it. It's a really cool block that basically adds so much building potential, because it means that as well as just having like a woolen structure, which has a strange texture, you can make buildings that look good, that are made from green, or made from purple, or made from pink, and yeah, it's a really, really cool new block. It's especially amazing in survival, because it takes quite a bit of effort, but not too much. It's in this really sweet spot for survival, and I think it's amazing. So yeah, they will be adding stained clay. It is coming to the game, almost definitely. If you want, some people have said like you might have to craft it strangely, like on PC. It's only 16 separate combinations, I believe, so they could just have one, you know, like next to the wall, have stained clay. That's how I imagine they're going to do it. A few people have asked, so I figured I'd answer. So yeah, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Mike Esteves, who asks, will slime spawn in swamps, and what is the release date? So, first question, will slime spawn in swamps? Yes, that is a part of 1.4 that got properly fixed in 1.5, so it's definitely confirmed, which is pretty cool if you like slimy pistons or sticky pistons. You can get them easier as the update, which right now you have to go to strange chunks. It's a weird mess, but yeah, slime's definitely coming from swamps. And what is the release date? So I've had so many questions asking for either A, the confirmed release date, or B, a release date prediction, and here's a prediction because it's as close as you can get right now. So basically, my logic behind this prediction is the developers, they don't want people to be angry at them for no updates, because, you know, the longer they go without an update, it means that, yeah, the longer they go without an update means the more people start hating them, and that's not good for business. When people don't like your product, it tends not to do so well. So, basically, what I think they're going to do is, nearing the year anniversary of the last update, that's when they're going to be really pressured to force out the update. They might have to cut some features, but I imagine anything after March 2015 is going to stop being really, really bad for them, because, you know, having gone a year without updates, that's something that the PC has never come close to, and it really just sets a bad image to the console. So I think we'll be seeing it somewhere in February or March of 2015. Unfortunately, not in 2014 or the early start of 2015, but February, March is a good bet to make. To give a random arbitrary date, if that'd make you happy, March the 23rd is my prediction. So yeah, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Leonardo Velasco, who asks, can someone answer this question? Yes, yes I can. Will we be getting jump boost potions? Because I need it for parkour maps on Xbox 360. So, simple answer to this one, yes, no, we won't be getting jump boost potions themselves. They come in 1.8 for PC. I don't imagine we'll get them brought forward because you need rabbits too, but what we do get instead is something that's so useful for parkour maps. It is the beacon. So you can use the beacon to make like an area of effect thing, so instead of just giving them the potions they can jump for so long, they can jump for like 5 seconds of being within the beacon. So you can have some parts of your parkour map use the beacons, or just cover the entire thing for them if you really want to, or you can instead, if that's not your thing, you can just like have speed boost for some parts, and yeah, it's really exciting if you like parkour maps. I think beacons are way better than jumping potions, and they mean better parkour in my opinion, because you can vary the parkour up. It's not just always jumping or always not jumping. It's somewhere in between based on certain areas of the map. So yeah, hopefully that's better than what you wanted. New potions in that regard. So the next question comes in from Lucanada Draws. I had problems with saying that for some reason. Do you think there will be global open worlds as an option on the main menu? Basically, there would be an option in the more options menu where you can save the world and anybody can join, like Hunger Games, minigames, adventure lobbies, or our servers or realms. So here's how I think this will play out, because I really think that global world stuff is something they need to put in the game. I think it's got a chance of not coming, because lots of younger people play Minecraft for the consoles. So if they accidentally go in a lobby where people are swearing or where they're building bad things, that's probably not too good for Minecraft. But what I think they'll do is once Realms comes out, they'll make it so that you can open up your server, and then you've got to like put tags on the server, and you can maybe search by tags, or maybe it's like a server browser. I think they'll definitely try to add open worlds, because if you have open worlds, it's a lot of the charm of PC, but on the console. So they'll try to do it in a way which minimizes risk of younger kids getting on weird servers. But I think that open worlds is something that adds so much, and it's not that hard to implement either. Like if they implemented it right now, it'd mean that you could publicly join Hunger Games, you could publicly join whatever you wanted, and it would be such a cool feature for such little effort. So yeah, it's not a big feature to add, and I think they're going to work on some way to add it without making everyone really, really upset. That's how I picture things going down anyway. So let's move on to the penultimate, or second from last question, which comes in from White Wyvern, who asks QnA, hashtag QnA, do you believe command blocks will be added? And if added, we'll have a separate keyboard, possibly containing symbols for commands instead of actual characters, or promote people to use the controller keyboard. So this is one of the reasons I don't think I think they might not be bringing command blocks, because typing out the commands is a big no-no. That's definitely not going to happen. Especially because they didn't bring in written books, which they should be in the game by now, because they're deliberately deliberately hard to write on consoles. So instead of doing it like that, they might have either a console specific like GUI, so you just click I want to pass time by 600, which would be really cool. It means you don't have to understand the code to do it, or they won't do it at all. It's one of those two options, I'd imagine. There's no way they're going to have all the complex coding for console, unfortunately, so to answer your question, I don't think they'll have that keyboard command stuff, but we could still get command blocks, just in a really different fashion to PC. I'd really like command blocks, we'll have to see what happens. So, yeah, moving on to the final question, which comes in from Super Ahmed, #QnA Toycat, will shaders be in the next big update? TU20/TU19, you're amazing. Thank you, by the way. So, if you'd have asked me this like 6 months ago, I'd have said, nope, definitely no. But because they are coming to PC in the next update, 1.9 I believe, we could be starting to see it on console. Like maybe we'll see some light shaders or something. I definitely wouldn't. For last gen, it's probably definitely not coming, and for next gen, it's a low possibility, but there is a chance. So yeah, that is my title update 19 question and answer. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like the video. It helps me out a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast that came earlier today. If it did, leave a comment letting me know in that podcast I meant. But yeah, liking the video helps. Sharing it really helps, and leaving comments for next week's Q&A is a way you can get your questions answered. So thank you for watching the video, and here is an outro. So on my laptop, I've still forgotten to actually put some outro music and the outro image on there, so instead of that, because lots of people liked it last time, I'm just gonna hum the outro. It's a way better outro anyway, right? Like, it sounds like music, but times 10, so that's the outro. Thank you for watching. I'm done.